boy.
Interesting thing about that deep zone area you identified.
What?
I ran every coordinate in that area through the auto database, and what turns up? But access logs with entry records for Dr. K up through March 1963.
What? No, the doctor died in 1961. And then the lab accident.
So we were told. Then, I found access logs for both that deep zone site and Red Meadow. Years and years worth of activity.
The Red Meadow Research Facility? But it was demolished the same year. After the structural damage caused by the... lied about that too, didn't they?
It appears so. The driver should give the Red Meadow ruins a visit. If Dr. K didn't die that day, I'd like to know what was keeping him so busy.
So would I, but... do we have time for this? We don't know how long the driver's got with that remnant.
And that's why we need this information. Whatever Dr. K was doing relates to all of this. It may be the key to what lies at the end of the road for the driver.
I... agree with you. God, I hate saying that.
Driver, I've marked the Red Meadow facility on your route planner. Head there whenever you're ready.
Well, as you can tell by my heart rate, I am not. Newsflash. Clearwater, April 20th, 1969. New developments today in the shocking case of the radioactive possum controversy. Local man Lyle McCrut says he knows what it is that causes the possums to fly, as well as to speak with the voice of the late President Lawrence Koch. You know, all those V's at the end, I think, are part of RKO's station identification. It was like V. This is an RKO radio picture. V. Maybe that was one of those old-timey radio things that we just don't do anymore. Oh boy, I have had a day of it, haven't I? Well, the zone has blessed me with its bounty, and I got out of there alive. Okay, let's patch ourselves up a little bit. I know I've been doing that all drive, but you know how it is with missions like these. You really can't afford to get sidetracked by such niceties as time limits. Where's that one badly damaged tire? Can't be this one, can it? Well, I suppose it is and isn't, but I might as well off this. Yeah, I'll do as much as I can with that. So, look at all this. First of all, I got 2 dumpster pearls. One of which is designated peculiar. And I got these log entries. We'll go over those when we talk about what we've learned this drive. What is peculiar? One of them is marked with one of those X things. Okay. Oh, wait a minute, what's this here? that a traditional hand vac or I think it is actually, but yeah, just a hand vac. Oh well. Got one already on me. So I can clean this place up without having to purge the entire shop with the Vargas vac. Which one of these is this going to again? Okay. More paint. Last thing I need. I already got decals. And they look really cool, don't they? No, I don't think I even had to use the resource radar. There was this one particular thing that I was going after, and I found like a ton of it. Anyone know what that thing is? Let me just got this transfer trunk. There it is. Swamp coral. So much of it. And marsh eggs. But the main event here is the swamp coral. I have been itching for this stuff. So hard I can't scratch. Take some of these. I was missing those earlier. And you know why? Well, actually no. You know what? I might as well just put all my stuff away and drop the transfer trunk first. Forgetting this thing's always full. There was this one locker. Oh wait, it was this one. That's where I was storing all my parts before I unlocked the parts locker. Do I have any space in here? Nope. Okay. Oh. Well, in that case, I'm going to start using this locker. Off here. So, why did I need swamp coral so badly? Well, in a word, large backpack. That's 2 words, but who cares? 8 quick slots, 76 slots. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah, there it is. They can carry everything. Plasma scrappers. Do I have a spare blowtorch in there? I forget now. Anchor radars. And blowtorches. There we are. So, let's talk about researching things. What can I unlock here? What's this AMP engine? They actually did used to have electric cars way back when, but they were not very good. Amplified magnetic propulsion engine. Minus 44 MPKW, 24... 134 horsepower as opposed to the turbo light, which is 14 miles per gallon. Wait a minute. Gallon? Okay, I'm guessing I need a better battery for that one. What about this one? Well, it needs corrupted energy, and we are nowhere near there yet. Huh. Alright. What about this thing? It's an ion shield, and I imagine I'm going to need to research it anyway. It's a far more effective solution than the wall of lead. Well, you know what? I could, yeah, it makes my car radiation proof, I suppose. But I got all this lead siding on it. I mean, eventually I'm going to get enough, I guess, thermoset crystals and carbon fiberglass and all that jazz to, how's that go? To start installing armored plates. What's this here? It's a modified cattle prod, but it can charge my car better than battery jumpers. Problem with that, though, is that I haven't really needed battery jumpers all that much. And this thing. A high-capacity battery. Well, that's a solid maybe, but again, I really haven't had much trouble with keeping the battery going. That here, anti-corrosive door. Problem is I'll need carbon fiberglass for it. Wait a second, what's available here? Is that a utility? Wait a second. The Lazarus device. Oh wait, that's just because I researched the ion thing. Lazarus device. I'll dump all of its energy to put me back together. Oh, this needs corrupted energy and an Olympian fragment. Otherwise, nitro boost? Am I wearing the socks? Okay, I'm not exactly sure what that is. I have had a couple of harrowing times, but I was able to get out of them all. Now, what about... Wait a minute. What's this thing way up here? It needs corrupted energy. Okay, fine. I haven't had to liberate anything, though. What's this? Okay, re-engineer a regular flare with a neon-infused biomaterial. Suppose I'll grab that. Provided it doesn't roll. Okay, good. Anti-corrosive. Oh, I need a moldy balloon, and I have no idea what that is. Actually, no, strike that. I think I do have an idea what that is, but I haven't been able to scan one. This will make a good replacement for the off-road tire. An all-terrain tire. Speaking of tires... What's this one here? It needs corrupted energy, but it's like some kind of super duper tire. Augmented trunk store. Oh, for Pete's sake. Alright. Let's see. We got one for extra large roof storage for... Wait. Problem is that needs carbon fiberglass. This is a fuel synthesizer. Okay, so it converts like battery power to fuel. Maybe I'll take that? Alright, sure. Then there was something in here that was, that was only like 0.8. Oh, it looks like there's a bunch of things that are only 0.8. Extra large roof storage. Yep, that's definitely a possibility there. I'm not so sure I need it though. I mean... But it's there just in case I do. I think the only thing I can research now is another expanded locker, but... Okay, let's talk about car quirks for a second. I did notice that my trunk is empty, so I don't need to keep the door open. No, I noticed that there was something involving the shifter. If the shifter... Oh, what was it? Shifts to drive or shifts to park? I think it was drive. Then the radio switches on, I think. Nothing? Then maybe I haven't... Maybe it's the other way around? I don't know. But I could investigate it. Let me see. The steering wheel. And the battery. What's the battery got to do with anything? I haven't really... Okay. Didn't need to do that. Alright. Sorry, here we go. Well, I didn't notice anything with the wipers. I swear, the quirk I noticed had to do with the radio. I don't know, maybe I'll have to observe more about what my car quirks are. Do I need anything else for my trip? I don't know, thinking about it, didn't I have MREs? Did I just move those from somewhere to somewhere else? And then I had these things. Oh, they're still in there. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Much better. I was missing something. Okay, so what exactly have we learned here? Well, the short answer is we've learned a lot. Let's see. Lab reports number 2. It appears that a combination of the correct conductive materials, limb-enhanced electromagnetic induction, and a bombardment of electrons can substantially accelerate radioactive decay. So far, the figures suggest that we can accelerate the decay of uranium-235 by as much as 8%, while radon-2... Wait, R isn't a chemical symbol, but I think they mean radon. Radon-222 is accelerated by as much as 12%. We remain cautiously optimistic. I don't think it's unrealistic to expect to reach values as high as 20%, which has enormous implications for the future treatment of nuclear waste, not to mention what we can do to mitigate the changes we're experiencing in the zone. And the mailman. That's it. I've had it. My supervisor told me to record all the Numa tube problems as another anomaly and get back to work. No one else cares about solving this problem. No one cares about the tubes like I do, so I'm taking things into my own hands. Consider this my official resignation. After 15 years as the Newman tube technician, I've found my true calling. I'm going in. I'll figure out what's happening in there if it's the last thing I do. Guessing he didn't make it. Alright, so, let's see. We've discovered that fuel cans can leak. But I fixed mine. And let's see, what do we got for tools? We've got the bioflare, which I'm guessing is a glorified road flare. But I've got lots of road flares. But I figured I'd need the bioflare to unlock something else. Wheel-wise, the all-terrain tire. I wonder how I make those. Fuel. We can synthesize it now. And I can strap that onto the side. Oh, thank goodness. Yeah, alright. This battery-powered device effectively creates gasoline from various environmental substances it passively absorbs in the zone. Be sure to siphon it regularly. It's not a car ability, is it? Okay. Another utility, we got the ion shield. Yeah, one of these days I'm going to replace the insulated the lead line panels with other things, and then I can put this in on my rear roof rack. Power hungry but life saving. Extra large roof storage. Another possibility. Although I may or may not need that thing. And resources, we've discovered a new one. We've discovered 3 new ones. That's interesting. Oh wait, these are found items. As well as resources. Well, we actually did run into some swamp coral a while ago. But let's talk about the artwork we've just discovered. Starting with Bigfoot. One of a series of murals painted by Laura Cesare in 1962. A mural that foretold the coming of Bigfoot to the Olympic exclusion zone. Legend has it that Bigfoot was drawn by the anomalized mushrooms that grow in the mid-zone. And then there's the Great Pileup. One of a series, a mural depicting the abandoned boats in a lake. It was told that a man was trapped inside the zone, and every time he tried to escape, he reappeared on yet another boat. Finally, the Inverting Doorway. A mural depicting a blue framed door freestanding in the wilderness. It warns any who behold it to stay away from it, for when it opens, any living creature nearby is turned inside out. Which, by the way, was an episode of an old radio program called Lights Out, except it was a fog rather than a doorway, and it was referenced very briefly in one of the Simpsons' Treehouses of Horror. Corrosive downpours, new environmental condition. Well, I think you know what that is. It's acid rain, except slightly worse. And speaking of corrosive stuff, corrosive squall. For many, acid rain has been an environmental hazard for years, but for those within the zone, it's an outright existential threat, arriving with little warning and incredible, almost supernatural intensity. It's the difference, I suppose, between carbonic acid, which is what acid rain in real life is, and, oh, I don't know, whatever that green stuff there is in the zone. Hydrochloric, sulfuric, Hollywood acid, you know, that stuff's always green, isn't it? Regular acids, I think, are clear. Neon Reef. Teletype Arta reference. I'm going to see if I can pronounce this right. Nwang. Or Nwang. Let's see. 1214 on October 10th, 1963. Most people just pronounce this Nguyen. But it is something else in Vietnamese, and I'm not sure what. At first I thought I was seeing things after, well, you know, after that incident when so many of us saw things and then they promptly told us to never talk about it. I figured this was just another hallucination, something else I shouldn't log or report. Like how I don't talk about the things that chase us, or the Red Meadow, or the weird weather, or, I know I'm getting off topic. Point is, whatever this stuff is, it both responds to and seems to create light. I think we're looking at something similar to glowing algae, similar to those, dinoflagellates. I've got some notes here somewhere. I'm pretty sure this material is infused with the neon? No, that can't be right. Anyway, my point is that I think we could actually use some of this stuff, and I'd really like to talk to Dr. Turner about this, but her office isn't taking calls. What's happened to her lately? Is she still in charge? And last but not least, the trip summary. And boy, has this ever been a can't find how long this is, but yeah, 2 hours and 4 minutes and 6 seconds. And yes, I did take some puncture damage, which I don't usually do, and some explosive damage, which I wasn't really aware of, because there weren't any tourists there, but something else must have caused it. Actually, it seems pretty even split, other than like electricity, between corrosion, crashing into stuff, and radioactivity. I, on the other hand, took a lot of radioactivity, bumped into something pretty hard, and got electrocuted a bit. I walked about 6 miles. I drove about 12, and I used a pretty. Okay, the storm was a minute and 20 seconds long. I wasn't exposed to it. I drove 33 seconds uphill. I imagine most of them were in that last zone. I was in the air 9 seconds. I took a lot of damage. I healed a lot of damage. I fixed myself up, not completely, because I ran out of canned food, but you get the point. And a whopping 4.1 unstable energy. Well, that's what happens when you don't really have a time limit here, because it's a story mission. Whew. Well, that's what I call epic. Is instinct intelligence? Do we know why we want things? What does that mean for the anomalies? Oh, I'm not sure. I think instinct is part of our autonomic brain, as opposed to our cerebellum. I have no idea. I'm not a neurologist. I just know a few things about brains, but not enough. Well, there is a story mission here. And it's still in the mid-zone. I was beginning to wonder about that, you know, because the deep zone, well, I'm guessing I'm going to have to drive through that in order to, what do you call it, I'm going to have to drive through a wall in order to get into the mid-zone, the deep zone, just like I did with the mid-zone. But, well, since literally everything else is blocked off by, well, that, I'm gonna have to go here. Shame, really. I wanted to unlock this thing. Although, actually, I think I did mean to come here at some point. There's like 2 places in the mid-zone that I wanted to unlock, and then like D1 was also my last choice. Okay, fine. I'm gonna stop yammering on about this and discuss my route instead. You see, I need tree candy and this is barely plugged and the fuel evaporates. It's got me rolling my eyes. All right, but anyway, I need either both tree candy and thermosap crystals, yeah, and both of those are available in the Scorch. So, looks to me as though we're going here because there is nowhere else to go. Once again. We got lots of ways we can go. I mean, I suppose I could take F1 to... What is that? Anchor party? You know what, forget it. I'm not finding this out the hard way. I mean, okay, yes, it does mean that I have to go through the warrens again. That's going to be kind of nasty, but E5 is perpetual stability. I like that. Come to think of it, wasn't one of these, like, Sierra? Yeah, this one, E1. I mean, it's completely, well, there's no way I'm going there now, but theoretically, I suppose I could go back. And do what? I'm not really sure, but that's beside the point. And while we're at this, let's talk quirks. I mean, I've got a couple, and one of them involves a steering wheel, so I'm not exactly sure what what the quirk is. And the only way to test it is to use the steering wheel. I'm using the steering wheel, I'm not seeing anything. Alright, fine. Now it's only going to take 2 killims to open the gateway back, assuming, of course, that the gateway isn't open for me. Alright. We have perpetual stability here. That's always nice.